Yeah, you know, a lot of people say I've got some tools that it would be ashamed if I wasted, so that kind of got in my head too, that I need to play the way I know I can play the way I should.
What specifically do you do?
Definitely just going out to practice like a pro, taking every rep.
The only time I can,
Like it could be my last rep out there, taking every rep like it's a game rep. I think is one of the biggest things.
We hear a lot about how you guys want to compete for championships in November. Aside from the weather being cold, what's the difference between playing in November?
November is definitely that stretch run of the season where some teams probably start to enter survival mode and things start happening at the top and there's some shakeups in the rankings. So being able to make it through November and the stretch run is a definite big deal. That's why Coach Meyer usually says it.
What mode are you guys in? Some teams are in survivor mode. What mode are you guys in?
Thrive mode. We gotta go. We gotta win. We gotta win big. I think that's one of the biggest things because they'll talk about our strength of schedule, but if the voters see us beating teams by a lot of points, then they have to give us a little credit.
Is there pressure?
Yeah, I think so. Penn State, we played really well defensively, and then against Purdue, it was a shutout, so that says a lot about the way our defense played.
Is there pressure involved in that, what you were talking about? Because today's world of football, it matters how you win, not just winning sometimes is not enough. Is there, like, you guys have a standard that you need to live up to when you go out there? How do you approach these games?
I mean, I think there's always pressure, but right now it's definitely really serious. But at the same time, you can't go out there and try to do things that we haven't been doing all season because, you know, we got to stick to our fundamentals and what we've been doing, what's been working for us.
You on any special teams?
Yes. Punt team, been on kickoff, and I've been on punt block.
Do you feel like the fundamentals of special teams have been pretty good this year? It doesn't seem like you guys have really had many breakdowns or anything.
Yeah, definitely. I'll speak from punt team because I've been on that one for 2 years now. From last year to this year, you can see a definite change. Guys are following the scheme. We're understanding what we need to do because we like to change it up so teams can't just scheme us. We're definitely using our fundamentals though, and I think that was the biggest thing. Last year, we had some mix-ups on the punt team specifically that could have been fixed with just going back to our fundamentals, and this year we got guys who worked hard in the offseason to train for special teams, which I don't know if you see everywhere, and I think it's paying off for us right now.
I mean, it's what, you know, a lot of times I think when we talk about special teams, we talk about big returns and that kind of thing, but just not making mistakes is kind of a big part of it too.
Consistency is definitely a big key to special teams on a lot of the units. You know, on punt, you don't want to give up yards. You want to get all your punts off with good operation time and all that kind of stuff. On punt block, you want to be so efficient so you can get to the punter and actually block it. So there's things like that you have to work on, and it's about being consistent more than just having big plays.
You're a middle linebacker. I mean, how's the adjustment been? And do you feel like we're linebacking?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling really comfortable playing this position. And it was a little bit of a change, but I think Coach Fake does a great job of getting us to understand fundamentals, and that's really big on his list. He said, you know, you get guys in here, and not everybody's going to know what Tampa 2 defense is, but if you got good fundamentals and you listen to coaching, then we'll be able to coach you up to do it right. So.
If you had to describe it, how would you describe how fast Shazier is?
He's, I mean, just from a raw athletic ability point, just super fast. But then you add in the fact that he's a student of the game, and I think that's why he makes so many plays, because you get a lot of athletes out here who are really fast but don't necessarily know what they're doing. Now slow them down, but you're not slowing them down. He knows exactly what he's doing.
You have to know how to use the speed, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
Do you use a teammate watch video of him? I mean, obviously he's pretty effective blitzing, etc.
Yeah.
Just talk about what you glean from like watching that kind of stuff.
We watch a lot of film on ourselves, and we'll watch everybody. You know, I'll look at Curtis to see what he does well and what he needs to work on, as well as Ryan, and then they'll look at stuff I do. We'll watch the young guys and try to coach them up. And then, you know, you go in and you throw on some film of James Laurinaitis and watch his point of attacks and his effort plays and see what he did, because, you know, he's a great linebacker here. So you got a lot of resources learn from.
Hey, their running back leads them in both rushing, but also in pass catches. How aware of this kid do you have to be? I'm sure you've seen a little bit of him already, Josh Ferguson. How aware of him do you have to be in a game? How do you keep tabs on the guy? He's coming out of the backfield a lot, but also slotting out, even splitting things in.
You got to be aware of all the weapons, and I think we do a great job of figuring out who their guys are.
Him specifically, though, what kind of stands out about him?
You know, he's obviously a playmaker, so you just want to have the ball in their hands, and so you just have to know if he's lining up at receiver, have extra awareness for that. Some alarms go off, and they have some tendencies, and go look at that, be able to adjust and play. Yeah, I've talked to him. I talked to Bobby Carpenter a lot. He's around a lot, and he's always giving us pointers. You know, he's another great guy for us. So anytime you can get some tips from a guy who is really successful here, you just got to listen to everything he says.
I know you're smart and conscientious, but beating you,
Definitely. You know, I feel like just as an athlete, if you don't have that extra fire, that drive, you know, that you're not necessarily doing as well as you can, then, you know, you might not be that great of an athlete after all.
have you even looked back at tape of yourself as a player?
Yeah, and the biggest thing about that is to just keep going, not look back. You know, you look back to learn, but you don't want to take steps back.
We were talking about, everybody's talking about style points this week, so I asked somebody who has the best style points on the team, who has the best style, and your name came up. Is that something that's important to you, to be bringing the style points every day?
You know, I think that if you look good, then you feel good. So people are like, I'll come into a workout and it'll be 5-something in the morning and I'll be dressed up and they'll be like, why are you dressed up? It's early in the morning. You know, I don't think it takes that much to throw a shirt with the collar on, some khakis and some dress shoes. I've got more dress shoes than I have pairs of tennis shoes. But, you know, it's just what I do. My dad dresses with a little swagger to him also, so I picked that up from him. And it's just kind of my MO.
That's a great answer. I respect that, man.
Look at it.
Do any of your teammates ask you for style tips then?
You know, everybody's got their own style thing. People.
Yeah, we saw Jack Meeks.
I'll tell you what, we just joke around about it mostly. You know, guys just, nobody really wants to get dressed up. Everyone wants to be comfortable wearing sweatpants. I mean, I don't blame them going to class sometimes. You just really don't want to put on a shirt and you know, some slacks, but do what you do.
You have no chance of pushing that out.
He's shooting higher than that.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joshua.